Shout out to my fellow retail workers who have dealt with this particular buttholery on the regular. We must stick together to preserve whatever semblance of sanity we have left. Like all retail workers, I've dealt with more than my fair share of idiocy, rudeness, I wanna talk to your manager crybabies, and just breathtaking audacity. Some people with their ridiculous god complexes just because they went shopping. You are no god, Brad. You are not special, Karen. You're the same pre-designed embodiment of slowly decomposing natural soil fodder that I am. The only difference is workers like me know the rules better than you pretend to think you do, because it is our job to know them. /rant over. I'm a cashier where I work, so you can imagine all the crap I deal with on a daily basis. It's not a physically demanding job, but it is extremely taxing mentally. One thing I deal with on a pretty regular basis is customers expecting more of me than I'm able to provide. Not so much because I don't know certain things, but I'll be reprimanded if it do. The other day at work, I had just rung up a customer when I greeted another one who came in. He immediately comes up to me holding something. I'll call him Cliff. Cliff, because he made me want to jump off of one with his attitude. Anyway, Cliff didn't greet me back and just asked me, "Where can I find another one of these?" I didn't recognize what he had and asked him what it was. Cliff's head jerked back and looked at me like I asked him a stupid question. "What do you mean you don't know?" I blinked. Because I've never seen that before? But if you tell me what it is, I can get someone." Cliff interrupted me. "I'm asking you. It's your job to know this stuff to help customers." I raised my eyebrows, a natural reaction. "I can't help it," slowly corrected him. "No, sir. It's not my job to know. My job is to ring up customers at my register and occasionally look up items missing barcodes. Now, if you tell me what that is," I pointed to the thing in his hand, "I can get someone whose job it is to know and where to find it." At first Cliff looked like he was about to give a half-baked rebuttal, but thought better of it. He apologized and told me what the thing was. Part of a toilet that he needed to replace. So I called for a plumbing specialist on the work phone and she told me exactly where it was. I repeated to Cliff the aisle she said it was down. Cliff walked off without another word. Not even a thank you. I muttered, "You're welcome." I work at an AT&T-based cell phone service retailer, started 2-3 months ago, and have overall loved it and have exceeded at it. I also get nothing but great reviews, and people always generally consider me very helpful, and indeed, I do try to be, but not as much as I used to. No, not at all. And that's because some customers ruin it for everyone else. Let me tell you a little story. It was once a late dark evening in September, and a couple walked into our store, looking to join our service. Everything was going well, we got along, I helped them out and showed them our selection of phones and plans. They both ended up buying new cell phones, and everyone was happy. I could have left it right there, but decided to be a good Samaritan and go the extra step, by asking the couple if they wanted help setting up their email. Bad idea. At first they eagerly said yes and thanked me, so I opened up Gmail on each of their phones and got started. The wife was able to set up her email just fine. But the chap on the other hand he forgot his email password. We tried every which way to reset his password or bypass it, but nothing worked. This is when, suddenly, all hell broke loose. The man started breathing heavily, almost hyperventilating, and his fists clenched up. He then suddenly screamed "fuck!" and got up and proceeded to smash his phone into the ground, while grunting and breathing like a wild beast. He then exited the store and continued to smash the phone some more on the open concrete, unless it was reduced to pieces. While I stood there half shocked, half confused, and half concerned for my own safety, I work all alone. His wife was just sitting there scrolling through her phone as if nothing happened, and just simply said in a gentle laughing tone, "I don't know why he's freaking out," he as if she was fully used to this behavior. I then handed her their bag and they went on their way. I just stood there alone for a minute, in the open silence, reflecting on what the hell just happened. And suddenly, I remembered what one of the people who trained me a few months back said to me in response to when I asked him what his main philosophy of dealing with customers is. He replied, "As soon as the customer walks in, I try to get them out of my face as quickly as humanly possible. At first I disagreed with him, because I value customer service. But now, I'm starting to think he was right. I work at an office supplies store. This happened to my coworker, C, and I saw it all go down. A lady, L, comes in asking if we fix printers. She shoves a really beat-up machine on the counter. C, unfortunately, we don't. However, there's another store down the street called Redacted that does. I can tell you how to get there if you want. L, what do you mean you don't? You fixed my last printer. C, oh, I see. Well, we don't have any specific printer fixing tools or anything. Are you sure it was this store? L, yes. C, ah. Well, maybe we did in the past, but we don't currently fix them. Sorry about that. It goes back and forth like this for a few minutes while the lady absolutely insists that we fix printers, as if we're just pretending not to, simply for the sake of being a jerk. Eventually she seems like she's about to relent, but points something else out. L, why is the music so loud? For reference, we have the usual generic music playing over the intercoms like every retail establishment in America. It's not at an inappropriate volume by any means. I'd turn it down if I could just because the songs are repetitive, but that's neither here nor there. C, I'm sorry, I have no control over the sound system. L, can't you go turn it down? C, no, ma'am, I can't. It's all set by corporate. We can't adjust the volume or change the songs or anything. They actually call us if we try to adjust it. L, but it's too loud. C, I'm sorry, ma'am. L, come on. There has to be something you can do about it. What if I came in here and just started screaming obscenities at everyone? C, I'd call a manager over to ask you to leave. L, okay, so call a manager to have them turn down the music. He does. Our manager, M, comes up and basically repeats the exact same information about how there's nothing we can do. She sits there like a deer in the headlights for about 10 seconds. L, well, that's unacceptable to me. M, I'm sorry, ma'am. She proceeds to slam her printer on the desk, and speed walks out of the store. As always with these customers, we spend the next 5 minutes ruthlessly mocking her once she's out of earshot. So I work in a smallish-sized store. On a typical day we only have 2 employees, usually management and a cashier, working at any given time. This means one employee is on the register while the other walks the sales floor and stocks. On a normal day, this is more than enough, but occasionally we get a rush of people in the store and we open up a second register, if the second employee isn't in the middle of helping a customer on the floor, but they always jump onto a register as soon as they are available. Now, our customers are usually understanding and patient when these rushes happen. However, in the last week I had 2 separate occasions where full-grown adults threw the biggest fits because there wasn't a second register currently available. The first one happened during our shift change. These are the worst since things are chaotic already. To make things worse, it was the end of a new employee's first shift. I had just clocked out and was gathering my things, double-checking the schedule for my next shift and who I would be working with. The manager that just came in 20 minutes prior switched the other 2 employees out. During this time, there were only 1 person in line and maybe 5 groups of people in the store total, so it was the ideal time to switch them. She took the new person to the office to count their till and help them with clocking out. While I was heading out, the phone went off. The on-duty manager was still busy, so I went ahead and answered it. It happened to have been another store asking questions, so I decided to sit down and answer a few of them before I left. During this time, about 2 minutes, out on the floor, everyone in the store decided they were going to leave. I finished talking to the other store and walked out. Instantly, I was approached by a man asking about what sounded like I looking for a job. This isn't uncommon, and so I pointed to the poster next to the register that gives the website to apply and explained we were looking for new employees. And then conversation went like this. "Mano, I only got a couple things. You mind opening up another line?" Me, sorry, but I actually am off the clock and leaving. However, they are almost done in the office and be able to open it up in a minute. Man, why can't you just open up the second line? Me, I don't have a draw. I am off the clock. Man, why isn't there another damn checker? Me, sorry, they are in the middle of a shift change and having some technical issues. New person was indeed having a hard time figuring things out. They are almost done and will be out in a minute. Man, if you weren't in that goddamn office yapping your mouths off, y'all be done. This is shifty ass customer service. This really pissed me off because the yapping he was hearing was me talking to another store about work-related questions and the manager guiding the new girl through the end of shift process. By no means were we yapping. And then, as to make me even more irritated, some middle-aged teen, really hard to tell, girl jumped in. Why do you have a shift change in the middle of the day anyways? It'd be smart if you don't change shifts. I was done. Me, I don't make the schedule, I just follow it. Someone will be out in a minute. You can either wait here at this closed register or you can wait in line. Sorry, but I am off the clock. I walked into the office to let them know the tension on the floor and walked back out. The man must have also walked out because he left his small handful of stuff on the counter. Funny thing is, the woman that was originally behind him in line was up at the open register checking out. If he wouldn't have waited 3 minutes, he could have left with what he wanted. I'll share the second one on another post someday during the week since this one got to be long. TL, Doctor, there was a large rush of customers during a problematic shift change. Man argues with me about opening up another check lane when I was already clocked out and ready to go home. For all of you working retail this holiday season, hang in there.